So guys, as you know, buying aluminum panniers for your motorcycle is quite expensive, and I didn't want to pay that kind of money, and I thought it's a box, let's make it by myself. And after some research, I found some instructions by some Italian dude. I will link his instructions below. But I thought I'll make a video for you guys showing you what I did, and yeah, I hope I help some people with that. I'm also gonna show you how I built the rack for the motorcycle. It's a Yamaha TT600R Belgarda, 99 or 98. And yeah, so let's get going. So this is the one of the panniers. It's 2mm thick aluminum that I ordered in a big sheet and cut into the dimensions I needed. It's 40 centimeters long, 35 centimeters high, and the width is 20 centimeters. And I also found this aluminum L corners. It's 30 millimeters times 30 millimeters. And then pretty simply with rivets and silicone on the inside for waterproofing, I built the box. I found this ball corners that also give some stability and cover the sharp corners of the boxes. Found some handles online and the latches for the lids. One thing I needed help with was at the lids. I needed someone to do some aluminum welding here at the corners. Those were bent with a special tool at a 90-degree angle. And yeah, on the inside I added some old tube for, again, waterproofing and some vibration reduction. And yeah, that's actually pretty simple. Well, it's a box, and 2 boxes cost me about 200 euro. You can't even get one ready box with that. It's fully waterproof. I filled it up with water and, well, the water stayed inside. So that's pretty good. How the box is mounted to the bike, I'm going to show you. I fabricated this kind of mounts. It's a square tube. Don't remember the diameter, but I'll show you on the bike how it works. You weld it to this plate and screw it to the box, and on the inside I have reinforcements like this aluminum plates, so that there's double thickness at these places where the box is welded. And I also fabricated this thing, which is a barn door latches, which also screws onto the box. And I'm going to show you on the bike how that works. So here is the box, the other box on the bike. It has on the rack another pair of these latches, and I created this. I used this steel rod. It's actually a spearfishing rod that fits exactly inside here, and on the lower side you see, yeah, you can see that this square tube fits exactly on the rack, so this thing ain't going nowhere. I already tried it, rode some 100 kilometers with it loaded. And if you want to remove the pannier, you just pull the rod out, put that aside, and you get your pannier off. Here's what the system again looks like. And so about the rack, it's also all DIY. Now I'm actually removing it in order to paint the rack so it stops rusting. What I did here is I welded some 22 millimeter thick tube with corners to create this P shape. Welded that to this square tube, which is one size smaller than the square tube I used on the mount. So this square tube fits exactly over here. I used some 5 mm thick steel bar in order to mount it to the frame here. This bridge here is actually removable from the motorcycle frame and from the rack, so that this lifts up and you can remove the plastic. Now we can lift it a little bit here, and you can see on the back it bridges all the way across. And I used some thinner steel bar and some screws and some tire tube to fix it to the bike. And this bar is screwed here directly into the frame where the plastic used to be. In order to make this rack, you have to cut the plastics here and here, which is actually pretty easy using a Dremel. The second mounting point is here. Again, same tube. This tube is the same as here, pressed flat on the sides. And here I welded a steel bar again to the side and fixed to the foot peg mounts. These are very thick screws that holds perfectly tight. Same on the other side. The two sides are a bit different because the screws are located a bit differently. And the last thing is this U shape here in the back. It's again the same tube. I bent with the help of a friend. Just bent here. This resists the weight of the boxes. And yeah, just screwed into the sides, and yeah, that's it. One more thing worth mentioning. I didn't just weld the steel bar to the top of the tube. I actually bend it below and it come up here. So I could weld both on the inside and here. And so the weight of the contraption here doesn't sit on the weld, but it actually lays on the steel bar. And yeah, if you guys have any question or anything, feel free to drop a comment below. And yeah, good luck with your DIY construction.